YouTube, what's going on, y'all? It is I, TevinElChopo, friends call me Chop, and we're back with another review. This time, we're talking about JID's latest album, The Forever Story. JID, aka JID, is an Atlanta rapper, songwriter, Dreamville affiliate, coming off his last full-length album, DiCaprio 2, that came out in 2018. Now, of course, he's been pretty active since his last full-length project with just a variety of singles, variety of projects with Dreamville, and with the collective Spillage Village as well. But now he's back with The Forever Story, which is a continuation to his initial debut project, The Never Story, that came out in 2017. So yeah, coming into this album, I was pretty excited. You know, I definitely been a fan of JID since I first heard The Never Story back in 2017. And he hasn't let up since with the, really witty bars, the really strong wordplay and flows, and just his capabilities not only as a rapper, but also as a songwriter and a singer as well. So I definitely was anticipating this heavy, and now that I've heard the project, I can honestly say that it's definitely enjoyable. I really liked it a lot. It definitely might be one of my favorite albums to come out this year. So the album starts off with the record Galaxy, which is just a short intro into the record, eerily similar to the song Doo Wop that was on The Never Story, especially with a lot of the same lyrics coming up as well from that song to this song. Now this time JID comes in with a lot more background vocal assistance than he did on Doo Wop. He also comes in with just more of an airier sound, and I would say arguably a little bit more of a briefer intro, just giving you more of just his capabilities as an overall songwriter and his overall just harmonizing nature, if that makes sense. So this leads into the next record, which is Radar. JID comes in super heavy with the hard flows, the super tight wordplay, the crazy bars, of course. We get not one, but two beat switches as well, which is super dope. JID really just flexing his muscles, not only as a lyricist, but also just talking about the diversity that he has as an artist as a whole. Super enjoyable, super great first full-length song on the project. Really great way to start the record so far. Then it leads into the next song, Dance Now, with him and Kenny Mason. Now, this is one of the lead singles from the project that I heard previously before it came out, and I still really enjoy this song. This song is another one of those just super hard-hitting beats. JID coming in with a hard flow, nice background vocals from Kenny Mason and from JID as well. Nice little harmonization. Harmonization? I think that's a word. Yeah, harmonization in the background as well for the hook, and JID just doing his natural thing, just talking about just a variety of just where he come from, just what he's been through and things of that nature, and it's just super dope, super heavy, super enjoyable. Following that is the next song, Crack Sandwich, where JID just goes into depth about his just family dynamics with his siblings. An overall theme that comes up throughout the record as a whole, but in this particular song, we definitely just get bars of just his time with his family, how, the family dynamic usually works where, you have your siblings that you argue with and you may get in fights with, but if anything were to happen to them, you will always have their back to the end. And it definitely leads into a story of just a whole club fight happening because of essentially this, sibling dynamics, having to stand up for each other in a tough situation. It's definitely enjoyable. The beat is a lot more boom bappy than we've heard up to this point, and I really enjoy the storytelling that JID creates, and also just having the contemporary of what I think are his actual siblings. I'm not too sure. Also in the background towards the end of the record also gives it that nice touch to really phone home what's going on in terms of just the family dynamics. Then we get the next song, Can't Punk Me, with Earth Gang, where we get a lot more just getting crazy bars from not only just JID, but from Earth Gang across the board. Really a dope beat, just super dynamic flows, especially on the hook, where it's really just energetic, really just dynamic, in your face. I really enjoy it. Then we lead into Surround Sound featuring 21 Savage and Young Baby Tate. This is actually another one of the main singles from the album. This is another one that I also really enjoyed. It's definitely hard hitting. 21 Savage comes in with his cold-blooded flow on the second half of the record. Then we get a nice beat switch after Young Baby Tate. JID just going in on both sides of the beat, just giving us just creativeness and just how, just lyrical talk about, you know, gunplay and things of that nature. It's really enjoyable. I really like it a lot. The next song we get is Cody Blue 31, which is a lot more relaxed than any song we've heard up to this point in the record. JID comes in with a nice, you know, relaxed flow, nice laid back beat, and the song's really just about continuing on, you know, just when everything is down and out, you just continue to move forward, and it's just a real relaxed time. It's really enjoyable. I think that I enjoy the more hype songs a little bit more than I do the slower tempo songs, but this is definitely an overall good take with JID flexing his muscles just in terms of him being able to sing and flexing his vocal muscles and just doing things like that, which is really interesting. He's definitely come a long way from the Never Story in terms of him being able to sing and being able to harmonize on a record, and I definitely find it enjoyable. The next song is Brother Them, which is featuring Lil Durk. I honestly think this might be one of my favorite songs on the project. It definitely brings home just, again, the family dynamics and just how sometimes, you know, situations with your brothers and just the people that you're around can kind of be tough, especially when they're going through things and you're finding success. JID definitely talks about his brother that's been locked up, Twin, who he also referenced on Earth Gang's previous album earlier this year. But yeah, definitely a dope record, definitely a dope feature from Lil Durk as well. He held his own. I think that compared to JID, it's not as enjoyable as anything that JID does on the song specifically, but it's still a solid enough feature from Lil Durk. He definitely comes in and gives his perspective on his family dynamics and just the home life that he came from, and it's really just a dope look. It's a lot more relaxed than Lil Durk, you know, kind of comes into usually with his own music. So it was really a nice touch for the record. And then it leads into System Them, which also bringing in more of just the family dynamics that JID has been hammering home throughout the entire record. And this one kind of just speaks more so just his dynamics with, you know, his sisters and the females in his life, between just the women that he has in his family that he doesn't have a strong connection to because of just the amount of traveling that he's been doing, and just the women that he meets on the road and the things that he gets into with them. Is definitely just a dope perspective record just in terms of just family and just how you treat people and just relationships with others. It's really, really dope. Then we get into Can't Make You Change with Ari Lennox. Now this record might be my least favorite, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything really wrong with the record. I think it's kind of slow for me personally. Something about the beat is kind of, you know, just leaves me with something wanting more, I guess I would say. But JID comes in pretty solid. Ari does her thing as well. But yeah, just kind of a sleepy record overall. Nothing wrong with it. But, you know, compared to just how much I enjoyed every song up to this point, this kind of felt like a lag for me. Then we get Stars featuring Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def. Now this record, you know, definitely picks up the tempo from the last one. It definitely comes in with a nice beat, a nice melody. JID comes in, does his thing, and then we get a beat switch towards the later section of the song where Yasin Bey comes in and he gives us some of his dope flows and just dope bars and wordplay. It's really a dope time, dope record overall. Then we got Just in Time featuring Kenny Mason and Lil Wayne, another hype up banger track. I definitely enjoy every aspect of it. I think the beat was really dope. I think JID comes in and does his thing, not only at the beginning, but towards the end after Lil Wayne's verse. Super solid comeback with the flows. And Wayne does his thing as well, man. You know, I've kind of been critical of Wayne throughout this later half of his career. He's had some misses, but he's definitely been coming back strong these past 3 years or so. So definitely shout out to Lil Wayne. Kenny Mason kills it on the hook. Then the next song is Money, where JID essentially just gets into just how much life has changed now that he has money. You know, things have definitely, you know, turned for the better for him with a lot of just, you know, the opportunities that he's created. And now he just reminisces on this song, not only about the dynamic he had growing up and just missing some of the simpler things that he had in his life before he had money, you know, just definitely speaking a lot on just how things have changed since money has come into his life. And it's really just a dope perspective to have, just a dope look, dope bars, of course. just an overall pretty solid song. Then we get Better Days, which was another song that I was kind of just okay with. Pretty slow, but it was enjoyable overall. I don't really have too much I can really say personally. It's just a song about, you know, needing better days, being down on your luck, but, you know, just hoping for better days to come and things like that. It's not a bad record at all, but, you know, again, compared to just how much I enjoyed the record overall up to this point and all the songs that I really like, this is kind of one of the lower points for me personally. So then the album ends with Lauder 2, where JID comes in with some pretty solid flows. I really enjoy the beat, and I really enjoy the guest singers that are also on the record as well. It's a pretty solid way to end the project overall, and we're just ringing in a lot of the themes of the project, which so far have just been just the dynamics of how things have changed in JID's life. You know, when JID did the Never story, the whole point of that was that he came from nothing. You know, he never had stuff, he never had opportunities, and now we're at the Forever story where things have come into fruition for him. He's definitely seen a lot more success than he did back then, and things have changed, not only in his life, but in the lives of the people around him. And this is definitely just a great way to just bring all those concepts home, and also just show just the diversity of JID as an artist, something that he's been doing pretty much his whole career up to this point. Just not being content with being put into any particular boxes, not being content with being compared to other artists in any type of realm, and just flexing his muscles in terms of just being his own artist in every arena that he gets into. So overall, I really enjoyed this record, man. This is definitely one of my favorites to come out this year. Even with the songs that I may not have enjoyed as much, it's mainly because of just how much I really love the songs that I really love on this album, you know? So if I had to give this a rating, honestly, I'm feeling a smooth 5 out of 5 flames. Like I said, the low points are still pretty high for me, and the high points are really, really high. So this was definitely just a dope record for me overall. I've definitely been coming back to it consistently. Will it be album of the year for me? Who knows? We still got time. It's kind of tough, especially with the Kendrick Lamar project that came out earlier this year too. If you haven't seen that review, definitely be sure to check that out. I'll link it up above. But hey, these are just my opinions. Have you heard JID's Forever story? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? You kind of mid on it? Just let me know in the comments for sure. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like it. Also hit the bell notification so that you are aware every time new videos drop on the channel. I am TevinElChopo, friends call me Chop. And that's it for me. I'm finna get out of here. Y'all take it easy.